right? If you're worried about your puppy taking off and they can fit through these little small dogs, maybe you wouldn't use these things at all, but here's what Monique's looking for. She's not doing much, but she wants him to figure out how to activate. She wants him to figure out how to activate her.
Yes.
So she puts something down that he knows how to deal with, that he knows how to interact with already, a touchpad. She's not saying anything, she's just observing. He, on his own accord, goes and puts his feet on there. She uses her terminal mark, which releases him from it, that permits him to be released, and then he gets to chase a little food, which is kind of fun for him. And then she doesn't say anything to reset it. He's got to take initiative right now to go, hey, let's keep this going. So in this way,
yes.
Good. So in this way, she's transferring responsibility over of the work to him. This is like simple stuff. This is stuff people have been doing for years, right? But the merit of this is you watch him regurgitate food on the ground and clean up after himself, and that is an incredible but you watch him problem solve, and if you have a dog, let's say that you are going, well, of course my dog is 6 years old, I don't give a crap about this, I don't even believe in this stuff, whatever. But what I would like is for my dog to at least look a little happier in what they're doing, or my dog gets nervous when I don't give them information, or I don't overly direct them in training. Then set up a situation where they can make simple choices for simple behaviors and get you to respond, because there's power in that. There's a couple of things that might make this, she could make this easier on him by...
See, but I'm waiting for him to move.
Yeah, beautiful. She can make, you're doing a great job. So when we first started this work, he was like, what do I do? And sit and stare at her, and like, he was waiting. He was being reactive. He was like, how do I make... He's like, give me information right now so that I can do the right thing. And he was even a bit like, okay, what, am I doing it right? Am I doing it right? And we just waited. It was really uncomfortable. It was like, you take a minute, and finally he goes, screw it. I'm doing my own thing. He goes and steps on it. She goes, yes, pitches a piece of food. He goes, oh my God, it's amazing. He feels like he's making this happen. He is making this happen. So here's some things that would make this easier are, and he doesn't need it right now. She's shifted criteria a bit. But if you were closer, so if she was closer to this, he would find it quicker, right? So distance is something that can detract from the success of a dog. There are distractions here. There are people standing around, and he's comfortable working, but let's say that your dog was worried about that. That's something that you might not insert into this process until the dog is comfortable working in the shrunken environment with one person. You could add two, you could add three.
You just learned how to catch 2 days ago.
She was really proud.
I'm really proud.
You were really
because
proud
he's
of
like
that.
this adolescent.
Right. And then duration work too. Like, so he sits there longer without stepping off, and then she marks it. She's also shifted her criteria to wanting him to look at her face instead of like policing the ground for the food that will come. So anyway, she's got a pretty sterile environment. I can come in here too and complicate this. I was walking around the outside. He didn't seem bothered by it. I can come on the inside. All right, so I'm just going to let you work for a bit so they can see, but let's wait. If you can illustrate a couple of things for them. Your duration marker contrasted with your terminal bridge or your terminal marker. So yes, she's using the terminate. It permits him to release and chase food. Right. Your criteria, her criteria is going to be really clean. He's got to put 2 feet on. I think that he's got to put 2 feet on the front feet, and then he's got to stare at her. Look at her face. Yes. He's dancing a bit, so she might even. Nice job, dude. Get it. She might even wait for his feet to settle for that stability. When he does settle, say good and go in and feed him in place. If he knows good, if that's your duration. Okay. I'm a bit conservative about my training, so I would actually shrink. Good, beautiful. Distance just a touch. For me personally, so that he would find it a bit quicker, right? But there's no problem with it. He's eventually working it out, and there's power in that. Piece there. Get that piece, yeah, get that. Hi, piece. It's good to see you again. And you could good him and feed him in place. Beautiful. So if he's getting a little bit dancy, and if he's putting his feet on and anticipating the release, she can mark and just stabilize. Easy stuff. And then she can mark and release. Good. So let's evolve this.